What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we are analyzing the price of Bitcoin to see what could be the next potential setup for trading in the next coming hours and days. Is it bullish or is it bearish? We'll be taking a look at some Elliott wave theory, of course, in today's episode. Now, yesterday's trading setup on the Legends trading community, we can see it was liquidity grab here beneath the $26,500 range to get that major bounce, as you can see on the chart, taking that level and having a massive rise. We can see some people actually making some gains out of that trade just yesterday. Now today we are going to analyze what are the next potential trading setups, guys, so make sure to stay tuned in this episode. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. Let's dive in here straight into the chart of Bitcoin to see what are the next potential trading setups. Now, of course, let's analyze the situation of what has happened the last couple of days. Of course, we did have a really nice run up here, hitting a major resistance zone here from the lower high trend line, as you can see. But not only that, we were hitting the 618 Fibonacci from this consolidation range, as you can see, from these lower highs to the ultimate low level, that 61865, getting that rejection. Now, of course, after this corrective move, where are we getting the reaction? Where is the price getting a bounce? Well, of course, it is also from that 618 Fibonacci retracement from the pivot low to the pivot high that was created here from this pump the last few days, just hitting that zone, and also an untapped weekly level that we were very much aware of in the Legends trading community the last couple of days for this potential bounce. Of course, the latest trade was this one right over here, failing to break out from this low level, getting that liquidity grab. There was so much confluence at this zone, as it was also a major spike looking at the volume profile, because from this entire consolidation, as you can see on the chart, we have the highest volume node exactly here at the $26,700 range. So yes, we had the bounce here hitting these major levels. This was a target zone for me, this area of 27,100, 27,200 range. Now you may ask me why is this a take profit zone? I am still leaning bearish, okay, in the mid-term. Short term, yeah, bullish. We can get into some long trades just like yesterday from this trade provided on the Legends trading community. Make sure to join, guys, because I'm posting every single day analysis and setups for the price of Bitcoin and sometimes Ethereum as well, of course. Make sure to check it out, guys. The link is down below in the description so you can join the massive trading community that we've got. Now, what is going on with Bitcoin at this moment? Is it bullish or is it bearish? Well, first of all, we are traders. We can get into longs and to shorts. I am leaning slightly more bearish in the midterm. I do think that these lows over here, which is the $25,800 range, will be claimed at some point, maybe in the next couple of days or maybe by next week. However, we could get these bounces, and I want to explain with a little bit of Elliott wave theory, all right, that this is still potentially the creation of a massive fifth wave. Why a fifth wave? Well, basically right over here, this is a corrective move because the overall trend for the last few months has been an uptrend, and for the last few weeks we've been trading down. Now the question is, has this downtrend finished? Well, as we can see, no, we are still creating lower highs. We're beneath the lower high resistance trend line. And now the question is, has this ABC corrective move finished for Bitcoin? Well, I was looking at Elliott wave theory, of course, and the ABC structure, and inside a C structure we usually do create 5 waves, right? Usually, no, it has to be like this. So we do see here from this C, the start of this C structure, after this ABC inside of the B, we have the first wave down here being 1, 2, then the third one, and this right over here could still be part of the fourth. And one of the main reasons why is because the third wave hasn't been hit and broken. Now, you could arguably discuss there is a possibility of this being a fifth failed breakout where there was not enough steam for the bears to move to the downside, and now we are starting the actual first wave from more impulsive waves of this multi-monthly uptrend that we've got, okay? However, I'm still leaning bearish. I still think that there is a possibility in creating that fifth wave in the next coming days, and one of the main reasons why is because this could still be a flat ABC, okay, with an expansion of the C, where we do have the A, B not managing to overlap here at the start of the A wave. Of course, that could be the case because that would be an ABC flat. However, because the fifth wave hasn't had that impulsive move down, I expect this to be the C wave right over here. And now we are starting the first wave down, all right, from the fifth wave here that we do have from this entire structure, right? Hopefully you're not confused. Hopefully it does make a little bit of sense for you guys. But I'm going to go straight in point right now on where we actually at with the waves on the lower time frame. Now it is quite important, all right, for the fourth wave not to extremely overlap the first wave down. Of course, overlapping a little bit, the first wave is totally acceptable. However, we cannot go halfway of the first wave, okay, down as you can see here on the chart. Hitting the first wave slightly is totally acceptable when we are talking about Elliott wave theory, right? Because there's a lot of people, you know, commenting, hey, fourth wave cannot overlap. It can touch it and slightly hit it, okay? It's totally acceptable. But of course, if we start moving up here and overlapping half of the first wave, then that would be invalidated, of course, to continue that downtrend. So right away here, what we do see with the price action, I'm going to give that brief explanation on why I do think that we are starting the first wave of 5 waves down of this fifth wave over here, okay? So meaning this would be over here, the fourth wave right there, peak, and we are just about to start that fifth wave down that will likely claim 25,800 and even go to sub $25,000. Why sub $25,000? Well, it's just going with the potential expansion from the ABC, being this the A move down, this being the B corrective move up, and that 1.618 is all the way down to 23,400 range approximately. Will we go that low? Well, we'll just have to see what support levels we do have and if we're going to start consolidating and if it will look like there is a sign of strength at these support levels. But so far, I think we're going lower, so I think that will happen in the next coming days. Now, let me give you that brief explanation, okay, on where I do think that we're at here in this start of the fifth wave, okay? So we're going to zoom in here on the 15-minute time frame. And by the way, there are so many big trading opportunities here. We basically trade the levels, okay? Of course, we had that weekly level right over here at 26,700, slightly getting beneath that level, but overall, holding the range with the failed breakout here from this low, hitting 618 Fibonacci from this entire pump. We were so aware of that really nice $500, $600 pump here and making some profits, of course, with the community. Now, what I do expect here, guys, and pay attention because this is what you want to know. Of course, if this were to be the start of the first wave down, for me, this is one wave down of the fifth wave, okay? Zooming out, okay? So this being one wave that hasn't yet finished, and we are expecting 5 waves more down, okay, to even go to sub 25,800, right? So when I do see these movements down, it's clearly that we've had a first impulsive wave down here and a second corrective wave. Now for me, this has been the third wave down right over here because we got a pretty decent pump fourth wave here. And of course, there are several options. This fifth wave slightly overlapping the third wave and then having this flat ABC right over here. Now, this is what I think is happening at this moment, that this could be the second wave, and then we are going to start forming the third wave, which is usually the most impulsive one, all right? But now the confusion is, how far up can this movement go? And of course, we could go all the way up to 70% Fibonacci, the 7/8 Fibonacci from the pivot high to the pivot low. It's a possibility, okay? This would still be valid for 5 waves down unless the price, if the price does not manage to get above 28,500, we could still be creating a lower high at some point right inside of this range. Now, of course, I'm not saying that we're going to go all the way up there. And how can we trade and take advantage of this situation? Make sure you pay attention because I'm going to explain it right away, guys. Now, in my personal opinion, I think that we are inside of this flat ABC, meaning that the A and B wave, the B wave can overlap the fifth wave, all right, from an impulse, all right, which would be looking for something like this, A, B, and C. Now, of course, this C wave can go all the way up to the 1.618. Where is the 1.618 extension, all right, from an ABC? Well, of course, taking a look at the trend-based Fibonacci extension, if we go from the low to the high, to this low over here, we can see it is round about 27,350, 27,400. Okay, so that would take us all the way to round about this range. Flat ABC and getting ready for the next impulsive move down. Now, of course, it could extend to the 2 or the 2.618 also, okay? This doesn't mean that it should not go to those levels. How can we trade this? How can we trade the next potential setup? Now, I'm going to go right away and take a look at the charts here and zooming in to explain how can we trade the next potential setup. Well, there are two major levels that I am looking at here with the Legends trading community. I'm going to be totally transparent here on YouTube. If you want those daily updates, of course, yesterday I could not post on YouTube for that trading setup, of course, where we are talking about the possible scenarios and I'm making the videos to explain how we can take advantage on that move, where to exactly enter, how can we manage our risk, okay, on this move, and where to take profits. And of course, we've seen, you know, the Legends trading community absolutely killing it with this long scenario from the 26,500, 600 range. Remember guys, Bybit is my #1 crypto trading platform. $30,000 worth of bonus still can be claimed at the rewards hub depending on what you deposit. But for all of the small fish, if you are new depositor, if you just deposit $100 by doing KYC, you can claim $50 worth of bonus. That is 50% of what you deposit. You deposit $100, you're getting $50 to trade with, guys. Now, Bitflex and Mexi, if you do not want to do KYC, they are the best options, guys. You've got incredible bonuses with them also. Check them out. Now, back here to the price of Bitcoin. Now, there are two big major levels of resistance that I am interested for a potential shorting opportunity. And of course, that is right over here, the 27,350, right over here, okay? That is a major level that I'm looking at in the next coming hours, where I do have alerts set, okay, on the BTC US dollar pair. Alerts here set on TradingView to see how are we going to hit this level. If we do have a failed breakout from the 27,350, I do believe so that we have finished the corrective move to the upside and we are likely to come to much lower levels, hitting this low and even breaking it, okay? Now, how do I know it's going to be a failed breakout? Well, basically what we need is the price to hit that level and get the rejection, get the wick beneath this low and manage our risk, okay, to enter a potential shorting opportunity to come all the way down to claim this low. Basically a swing failure pattern, right? A failed breakout, just like what we had here yesterday from this low over here. A lot of people entering in those long positions and the price pumping over $500 to the upside, making an absolute killing. So that is the major level here that I'm looking at here for the second wave, okay, potential end of the correction and then move down. Depending on what kind of price action is created here, I will decide to enter a short position or not. Okay, I cannot put limit orders because we are very much aware that the price could blast through this level. So if it blasts through this level, what is the next resistance that we need to pay attention, okay? If it blasts through this level, then that's fine. No shorts taken here. We are waiting for higher. Which is the next level of resistance that I'm looking for? Well, when I take a look at the fixed volume profile from the consolidation from the 29th of May to the 31st, the beginning of 31st of May, we do have that point of control at 27,700 range, okay? That is a massive level, all right, of confluence that I'm looking at here for that potential rejection. But not only that, what I do see here at this exact zone is the 618 Fibonacci retracement from this pivot high to the pivot low is exactly where we do have that high volume node on the point of control, where I would be expecting a kind of a reaction, okay, for that major corrective move down. And if this were to be the first wave, all right, of 5 waves, and we are in the second impulsive move to the corrective wave to the upside, then of course we could get into a potential epic short position. Obviously, managing your risk, unless we do not get a consolidation here, if we start moving here and breaking through this level aggressively, the shorts will not be taken. We need to see on the lower time frames some kind of reaction, consolidation to take that decision for the short and have very good risk management with our stops, okay? Simple as, guys. We just need to wait for that potential reaction. Another reason why I think that the price is still quite bearish is because when you do take a look at the volume is still higher on the impulsive waves down, okay? So we can see here these massive high volume nodes, okay? We do have nice spikes here on volume. However, if we do take a look at the volume zooming out, the impulsive move waves down, okay, do have higher volume. The corrective moves do not have that high volume. Look at on the 15-minute time frame, okay, as we do see this movement here to the upside where we do have, you know, high volume moving down, and then this corrective move here to the upside has this volume over here, which is quite good. It's at the highs, so that is a clear peak. And then we do have these impulsive waves down. Look at the volume, okay, overlapping this volume over here, meaning that of course it is likely that we are still in a downtrend, okay? There's no big major pumps happening with extreme high volume. If this movement up had massive amount of volume and this corrective move down, all right, well, it's not a corrective, it's impulsive, had lower volume, I could potentially say, hey guys, this is actually maybe going to bottom out here and then we're going to skyrocket in the next coming days. However, the leading volume is to the downside, so I have to remain bearish midterm. However, this should not affect our trading ideas because basically yesterday we were talking about long scenarios, despite that I am leaning more bearish and looking for lower, so we can be more aggressive with shorts. However, we can get into long positions as well, just like mentioned yesterday. That 26,600, 500 range was the level to take the long opportunity. Of course, right now taking profits because we are very much aware that we are looking for a lower high. For the long setup, if we do claim these lows, I personally think that it's not going to fail. I think we are going to go to much lower levels, and the next level I am looking for is of course that 25,800. Depending on what kind of price action is created there, then we'll decide if it is a good long in opportunity or that we're just going to slice through. I personally think it will just slice through that level, guys, so I'll be very cautious with long in opportunities with this very aggressive downtrend. Thank you very much, guys, and I will see you in the next one.